Hello. So here I'm going to explain to you how I made my Halloween costume. For this year, I decided to do Megaman, which is a costume I've started years ago. I think 7 years ago, I made the helmet in a cosplay type of costume, and then I just didn't touch it for so long. And this year, I decided, let's do it. Let's finish it. Let's do all of the parts. So that's what I did this year, and I gotta say, it was a fun, really fun challenge. So let's watch it. All right, so you can see here for the boots, I decided to do like with my 3D pen and model, and then I create a template, which then I cut in pieces. And then we'll see here, I'm using some foam just to draw all of these pieces I'm gonna cut and then glue together. So you can see here all the cutting, which is so fun, I gotta say. And then I'm going to glue it with contact cement. It's so fun to do. You do need to wear a mask, by the way, because the fumes of the contact cement is really dangerous. So just do that and heat it just to be sure. And then it's just trying to get rid of all of the seams. So I'm using a mix of tape and then some quick seal just to hide them. It's such a fun activity. Here I'm making the legs, which I use contact cement, same thing. It's quite the process. Like it took me a month to make everything. So this is just the modeling of the pieces. And you can see here, it takes a while, but it turns out to be so amazing. And then the next step is going to be quite easy. It's all of the sanding that we need to do just to make sure that the pieces have a little bit more of a quality to it with rounded corners and stuff like this. So here I'm just sanding stuff. Again, wear a mask just to be safe because all of these particles are dangerous. Here I'm sanding parts of my hand thingy. I don't know how to call it, but it's a little thing that I put on the side of my hand. Here, this is the other step. The one that took the longest time is all of the painting. So first, every pieces have to be heat sealed, and then you use Plastidip as a first pass on all of these pieces. And after maybe one or two, or maybe three sometimes covers of quick seal, not quick seal, what am I saying? Of Plastidip, you then start the coloring. So you can see here for the boots, I'm going to do the Plastidip. And what I do normally is just like a really quick cover, and then I do a second and third one of a wet coat. And then you just start coloring. So add a lot of the color there. I think I used maybe 5 cans of that blue. Since everything is this blue, it took a lot of those. Here I'm just adjusting pieces. I decided the blaster had to be cut in half so I could remove parts of it to, let's say, hold a can, use my phone, or like go pee. It would make it way easier. So here you can see me kind of struggling a little bit of making this work. But it's my first time doing cosplay and I'm really proud of myself. Like it's a fun thing. I added some magnets just so the two pieces can hold together without a problem. And it was a lot of how do you say that, trying to solve an issue of something that doesn't exist. So fixing this was a fun challenge. Then here I sewed a couple of pieces just to add some details to all of the pieces. So you can see here the underwear. I added these kind of seams or a little part with darker materials, and the material is like an old bed sheet that I kept and then just cut it in pieces for all of these dark blue pieces that I added. And then you can see here, it's another piece for the blaster. I did some sewing, and I can use this white pen that I can draw on materials, and the moment you heat it up, it just disappears. So it's an amazing little tool to have when you're sewing something. And then I just like use CA glue to glue it there just to make it sturdy. Then the shoes, I added some foam here again just to be really fit on my foot, fit foot. And then finally, I do the first test fit, put all the pieces just to see if it works properly. To be honest, the first time I tried it, I was a bit underwhelmed, but I was just, expecting some amazing wow, and it's actually really, really good. I'm really, really happy with it. And now it's just adding the little details, so like darker blue colors, and just to add a little bit of something. I think that was missing. Why I was a bit underwhelmed with the first version of it, or the first test fit. And then here in the end, the last thing is just the second test fit with most of the pieces done, with little left to do. And yeah, I think that time when I tried it, I was really, really overwhelmed at that point. I was really happy with the result. I did all of the fixes. So yeah, this is my costume this year. It took me a month to do. I worked really, really hard. And I don't know if it can make you want to make a costume or play with cosplay a little bit. I hope it does. But yeah, next year, I don't know what I'm going to make, but it's going to be another really fun thing, I think.